Flight crew. What up? What up? Welcome to another flight. Welcome to another stream. I'm your host. I'm your captain, Phoenix Black Knight. Welcome aboard, everybody. It's Thursday. You know what time that is? It's time to fly, flight crew. We are back. Wednesday off. Hope you guys had a great Wednesday, and I hope your Thursday is going well as well. And hope those good vibes and everything are coming through the stream to you guys, and hope we get on the flight. But it's Thursday. Flight crew made it back. Let's get flying. I had to take the jacket off, flight crew. It is hot. Woo, it's hot out here in Phoenix. It is hot. So anyway, I had to take the jacket off. We're just walking on the right. The white tee. Apologize. It is it's toasty. But flight crew, let's go over our flight briefing. First off, let me go outside so you can see the plane we're rocking today. We're rocking Delta 320 for this flight today, flight crew. The Delta 320. Look at it. Very nice. Let's go back in so you can see. Let's go to our flight briefing. Today's flight crew, we ended off on Tuesday, we ended off in Baltimore. And from Baltimore, we're going into Detroit. That's where we're headed today. We are going to Detroit, flight crew. So I got SimBrief pulled up here. Our call sign today is Delta 6242 is our call sign today. Like I said, we're going out of Baltimore, going into Detroit. We're in the aircraft 320. Today's depart. It's August 18, 2023. Departure time is going to be 2 in the afternoon. Flight time is going to be an hour and 12 minutes, SimBrief says. So hour and 12 minutes, the flight time to beat flight crew today. Block time flight crew, SimBrief gave us is an hour and 40 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes to finish the flight if we have to do any go-arounds or anything. Cruising altitude is going to be 34,000 feet. Cost index is going to be 8. Distance we're flying is 430 nautical miles is the distance we're flying today. Wind is going to be at 52 knots when we get to cruising altitude. Passengers on today's flight, it's 168 passengers on today's flight. Bulk fuel is going to be 13,001 pound. Cargo, 9,240 pounds. And our payload is going to be 38,640 pounds is our total payload, flight crew. Let's get into our flight route. We're down, like I said, in Baltimore. When we go wheels up, we're going to go off of runway 15 right. Is the runway we'll be taking off of with transition of TER. It's going to be TERPZ is a transition out of Baltimore. When we go into Detroit, they want us wheels down on runway 22 left is the runway they want us down, flight crew. And we are taking FERL, FERRL is our transition down into Detroit, flight crew. That's our transition. Now, flight crew, we do have something we need to talk about, and that is going into Detroit. Right now in Detroit, we are looking thunderstorms and rain. According to my weather source, Detroit is at 71 degrees and rain, expecting thunderstorms. So we need to pay attention to that going in. Our flight path does have us flying over a big cloud. So if it's still there by the time we get there, we'll see. Right now in Baltimore, we're at 87 degrees and mostly sunny skies in Baltimore. But going into Detroit, 71 degrees, rain, and some thunderstorms. Flight crew, some thunderstorms. So we got to be on the lookout of that. Let's go. All right. So other than that, flight crew, you guys have been brief. I've been brief. Let me just fix this up on the computer real quick. Okay, there we go, flight crew. Let's go ahead and get the plane ready for passengers, shall we? Let's go ahead and zoom out. Let's just see what's going on out here. Do a little plane spotting. Not too bad. Nothing going too bad out here, right? All right, let's jump back in. Let's go ahead and make sure our AI co-pilot is turned off. Nope, it is now. Perfect. All right, flight crew, let's slide over here. Actually, we got the electronic bag. That's right. So let's come over here. Let's go ahead and hit the ground settings. Let's go to GPU. Let's do the cones around the plane, and let's get the air conditioner connected to the plane as well. Let's go ahead and turn our lights on. There they are. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and start the boarding process. So let's get the jetway coming our way right now. Perfect. Let's see if we can save JD. And that's open the main cabin door. Main cabin door is open, and there's JD, flight crew. Hang on one second, flight crew. Back. Sorry, I had an itch in the air. I had to be scratched. Okay, flight crew. We're back. There's JD. He's getting connected. We're going to start the boarding process. All right, let's go ahead and get these front displays the way we like them, starting from the right to the left. Let's go ahead and get them bright. Hopefully, I didn't even... Oh, flight crew's too hot for the jacket. I'm sorry. I tried the rocket. I was sweating, man. Maybe I'll put it on Right after we do some flight, I'll try it. All right. These are brights. Come down here to the middle console. Let's go ahead and illuminate all that right here. Let's go ahead and hit that terrain. A slide so you can see. There's the terrain. Flight directory comes on. Flight crew. Informational map stays on ARC. Nautical stays at 10. We're going to keep this in the managed position. We'll keep our heading in the managed position. We'll get our altitude in a little bit, and our climb rate speed will leave in the managed position. Let's go ahead and illuminate all these buttons up there. Oh, that's not bright. We don't need that on right now, but we do need that. Let's slide up over here. Let's go with no smoking sign comes on, flight crew. Let's go over here. You can see it. No smoking sign comes on. Let's do the seatbelt sign comes on at this time as well. And then also, let's go illuminate all these buttons. Okay. Okay. Boarding process is started. Let's go ahead and just animate the passengers. There we go. And then let's go ahead and get the catering services on their way. And then let's get the ATC on the line. And let's get our baggage services going as well. Let's get Baltimore Ground on the line. Let's see. There it is. Baggage services. Let's get it. All right, flight crew. Jump outside. Let's flight watch. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna try the jacket for a little bit. Like I said, it's hot. It's hot here in Phoenix. I'm gonna try the jacket again. It's actually getting cooler. I don't know if my neighbor just turned on the AC blasting it, but all of a sudden it's getting cooler. So let's just put the camera so you can see some. Not really anything happening right now in Baltimore. We'll put the camera. Put it right there, flight crew. I'll be right back. Alright, flight crew, let's see how long we can rock it. Let's see how long we can do it for. Woo. Woo. Oh, let me fix the mic. Alright. Off mute. There we go. Mic's up. Check and check, flight crew. Baggage crew's going. Catering services going. And we got nothing going on in Baltimore right now. Real life world flights is on. Nothing really happening in Baltimore. We got American Airlines up there. I don't know if it's coming in or it looks like it's probably just took off. Either way, flight crew, ground services is done. Let's pan the drone camera. Let's put about, let's put it right there. Let's jump back inside the plane. Let's get the APU started up. So let's go here. Let's go to settings. The APU on right there. Let's hit that. Perfect. That started up. That started up. Perfect. Slide in the middle of the plane. Let's hit that APU bleed. Now comes our nav and logo light, and now comes on our beacon light. All right, flight crew. Perfect. All right, APU starting up. Let's go outside so you can hear it. Okay, APU startup should be available. Yes, it is. Let's go ahead and hit our ATC on the line. Let's go ahead and hit also AI pilot can come on at this time as well. AI comes on. Perfect. Let's go ahead and go here. Let's go ahead and hit back. We'll get our clearance. Slide over here. One two eight seven, flight crew. 1287. 128.7. They want us up at 11,000 feet. 128.7 flight crew. Got it in. Perfect. Want us up at 11,000 feet. Got us at 11,000 feet. And I got that also in the managed position, flight crew. So we're going to manage that up to our cruising altitude, which is going to be 34,000 feet. So, all right, flight crew. Boarding process is done. Ground services is done. We can get rid of that jetway. So what we're going to do is just hit this home button, and then we're going to go ahead and hit the settings. Actually, no, we're not going to go settings right now. Move that home light up again. Maybe there it is. There we go. That's going to go away. That's going to go away. Let's go ahead and get the air conditioner disconnected. Let's close that main cabin door. And then let's go ahead and request that jetway to be disconnected. JD, we'll see you in Detroit, brother. Okay, JD is disconnected and cleared. Let's go ahead and go back to the captain's seat. Let's go ahead and hit the ATC on the line. Let's do drone camera, make sure the plane is clear. Plane is clear. Go back to the captain's seat. Let's go ahead and request our pushback. There's ground services again, and then there's our pushback. Let's pan the camera over here so you guys can see the pushback. Alright, flight crew, pushback has been connected. We're going to release that parking brake. Let's release it. I was looking at the lighting on my phone, flight crew. That's what I'm doing, just to make sure. I moved my lights a little bit, just making sure they're alright. And they are, that works. So we'll take that. Uh-oh. There goes our ground crew, flight crew. Let's go to the ATC. Let's hit parking brake. Let's stop there. Let's hit push back to stop. Ah, we missed it. Someone's talking to the tower right now. Oh yeah, let's push this. There we go. Okay, got it. Pushing the end of pushback, flight crew. Yeah, see, we don't even have a loader. It just disappeared. All right, jump back in the plane. Parking brake is set. We're gonna go with the engines from the normal position. Let's put them in the start position. Let's look up APU. Bleed is on. APU checked. That's. Make sure one more time there is no ground correct. Let's go ahead and start engine 2. Hey, I should get our taxi clearance here in a second. Look at our flight. There's our flight path, flight crew. So we take off. Once again, we go all the way out about 10 nautical miles, and we hit that sharp right. We come back that way up to Detroit. Hey, I just got our clearance to taxi. Our taxi strips will be pulling up in a second. There's our taxi Raven flight crew. Engine one's at 12%. That is good enough to check the flaps. So flaps come down. Spoilers, ground spoilers. Let's get those up and on. Spoilers up and on. Flaps are working their way down. Perfect. Let's jump back inside. That works for us. We're going to put these back at 0%. Have the tablet do the rest. Ground spoilers, we're going to get those on for takeoff. Engine mode from the normal position, from the start position back to the normal. We're going to turn off our APU bleed. We're going to turn off our APU master. Dome light is not on at this time, so we don't need to worry about that. We are going to come back to the tablet, though. We are going to hit home, and then we're going to hit our settings, and there it is, ready to taxi. Let's hit it. Perfect. Puts our flaps down to 10%. Puts our runway lights on. Puts our landing lights in the restricted position, and our nose light in the taxi position. All right, Flacker, we are ready to taxi. We're going to do the grounds. Where's our? We only have ground to. But anyway, thumbs up. Salute. We're out of here, ground crew. Let's go. We're going to the left, but there's a plane to the left of us. None to the right. So we're going to make a U-turn going to the right, flight crew. So engine power is going. Releasing the parking brake. Forward momentum. Let's turn the plane. Alright, flight crew, let's taxi out. Looks like we're going to Southwest Airlines 54. 54 was that? Flight crew? Looks like they're about ready to take off anyway. We got some action. We finally got some flight action. Oh, look, here's another one. Here we go. Now Baltimore's waking up. Maybe Xbox just needed to load a little bit. Let's slow our plane down a little bit. Give this guy the right of way. Somebody else, but we're going in front of you. Oh yeah, Southwest 5454 flight crew. See that takeoff flight crew, there it goes. Okay. Nice takeoff. Very nice. Baltimore. Panoramic. So we got a short. This is us, you guys. Coming up. Wasn't much of a shout out. Alright, Baltimore, here we go. Let's put a drone camera right there. Alright, let's put a drone camera there. Flight crew, I don't know why we're so bouncy. You see us bouncing right now? A little nervous. What is this big black hole in front of us, flight crew? What is that? It's not loading. Oh, it did load. Okay. Engine to the neutral position. Go ahead and stop short. Flight crew, we know about the front flips, right? 2979. And we are clear for takeoff. Here, we're ready for takeoff. Perfect. Let's go ahead and hit the home button on this. Get it, maybe. Oh, I hate that. There we go. Let's do that. Let's hit. Yep, that's what we want. Okay, let's go here. Sit up a little bit. Alright, stopwatch. Flight crew, let's get it ready. Engines. Parking brake is off. Let's go. Rolling takeoff this time, flight crew. We're rolling with it. Straight flight crew. Stopwatch is going. Get out of here. Engines at 50. Engines up to 50. Let's make sure they hold. They are holding. Alright, flight crew. Going up alive, coming down the same way. Look to the right. Engines flex. No front flip. No front flip, no front flip, no front flip. 100 knots. 120. V1. Rotating 15 degrees. Positive climb, let's go gears up like this. Like we're going to be fast over to our autopilot because we do have a sharp bait coming up. So as soon as we get out of the flex position into the climb position, we will transfer over to the autopilot. There it is, lever. Let's get that to the climb position. Lever's on climb. Let's dip the nose of the plane down. Get ready for transition to the autopilot. Dip the nose of the plane down, like that. Autopilot is engaged. Let's come down here. Disarm our ground spoilers. Perfect. Like it. Let's go ahead and look at results of our takeoff. There we go. Go ahead and go full flaps flight through. Full flaps through. Right. Good turn, flight crew. That was nice. That was nice. Right now, flight crew, we are past at 6,500 feet. Don't forget, Tower 1 is up to 11,000 feet. That's where we start our climb up to 34,000 feet. We went flaps clean, so right now we're holding 250 knots right now. And then flight crew, yeah, that should be our runway. I mean, that runway. Yeah, that should be our runway in our airport flight. We just took off from. Alright, coming up on 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sung one time so our flight crew can prepare for services, and then let's prepare for free climb. Landing lights go to the off position. Nose lights go to the off position. Wing light stays on, beacon light stays on, and nav and logo light stays on, flight crew. Nautical range on our map. Nautical range, let's push that out to 20. Our automatic speed, managed speed, going up to 200, 320 knots. Roger Tower, climb and maintain flight level 34,000 feet. Alright, they want us up to 34,000 feet. That's our climbing altitude. We're just going to put 34,000 feet in there, and then we're just going to hit the manage button. 34,000, hit the manage. Go. Ground speed right now is 375 miles per hour. Let's hit the home button. Let's go ahead and hit the ground, and we're going to turn off this light. Now we don't need that on. Turn that off. Perfect. Let's move back. That. Our ground speed. Wind right now, flight crew, just so we know what's going on. Wind is at 28, 29 knots. 28, 29 knots. It's wind. Let's hit home again, and then let's go here. Our ground speed and everything there. Flight crew, let's get our altimeter. We're above 10,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the standard position right now. Wow. Wonder if it's going to be like going into Detroit with that thunderstorm warning. Oh no, we'll see. Flight crew just coming up on 16,000 feet, still climbing up to 34,000 feet, still holding 320 knots. We just dodged that runway. We just dodged that. Let me go in here so you can hear me. We just dodged that cloud. Y'all see that? Just, that was cool. Went like right around it. at right now 23,800 feet. Our climbing rate right now is 1,600 feet per minute. Still holding 320 knots. We do have our altimeter on the standard position. So this is that, look at that, slowest crawl, 1,600 feet per minute. Looks like that at that angle. Ground speed is 441 miles per hour right now, using about 87% of our engine power. Up on 29,000 feet, flight crew. Our speed has dropped from 320, now we're about 300 knots. Roger, Cleveland Center. Climb and maintain 34,000 feet. Maintain 34,000 feet. Delta 6. Let's keep going, flight crew. Let's go. Just past 31,700 feet, still making our way up to 34,000 feet. Climbing rate is about 1,200 feet per minute right now. So it looks like. Our flight crew coming up to our cruising altitude of 34,000 feet, still climbing about 1,000. We dropped, right? Climbing about 1,100 feet per minute right now. But we're at 33,700 feet, so we're coming up 34,000. That is our cruising altitude. Beautiful climb as always, beautiful takeoff. No reason why to keep the fasten seatbelt sign on. I think we're in a good position in our flight plan. Flight crew, we got a sharp turn to the left, so we can either take the fasten seatbelt sign on now and keep it off until we get there, and then turn it on and leave it on the remainder of the flight, or we can take it off after we get done making this turn. Which is a distance it's out right now. It looks like we are about 20. That's what we're going to do, flight crew. So we're going to go ahead and just utilize this. We're going to use the fasten seatbelt sign now. Let's go ahead and make our call to the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now free to move out the cabin. We do ask, though, if you do not need to move out the cabin, you stay in your seat with your seatbelt fastened, just in case we hit unexpected turbulence. All right, flight crew, we made our call. We're at a cruising altitude. Let's go ahead and go over our cruising altitude briefing like we always do. Shall we? Let's do it. You just jumped on board. If you just jumped on the screen, welcome. I am Phoenix Black Knight. I'm your captain for today's flight. Today's stream. We're at a cruising altitude. We're going over a cruising altitude briefing. Right now we are Delta 6242. We're flying the Delta Hover. We are in the Airbus 320 as our aircraft today. August 18, 2023. Our departure time was 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Flight time is supposed to be an hour and 12 minutes according to SimBrief. Block time SimBrief gave us the finish. To finish the flight is an hour and 40 minutes. Cruising altitude is 34,000 feet, which we're currently at right now. Passengers are free to move about the plane. We do have the fasten seatbelt sign is off. Distance we're flying is 430 nautical miles. This is the distance we're flying, and wind is supposed to be at 52 knots. Right now it's at, we'll verify that as soon as we get done flying. SimBrief says it should be on 52 knots at cruise. Total fuel for today's flight was going to be 13,001 pounds. Total payload 38,640 pounds. When we were down in Baltimore, we took off a runway 15 right with a transition of TERPs. That was our transition out of Baltimore. We go wheels down into Detroit, Michigan. We're going runway ILS, runway 22 left, flight crew, with a transition of furl. It's an FER. We'll transition down into Detroit. All right, flight crew, don't forget about the weather as well. The weather going into Detroit, 71 degrees, rainy and thunderstorms is what we are expected in going into Detroit. So we'll have to pay attention to the turbulence, pay attention to the wind, and see how bad it is when we get there. So once again, Detroit, 71 degrees and rain. We have live weather on. We'll see what that happens, flight crew. When we left Baltimore, it was 87 degrees and mostly sunny, as you can see now. 80 degrees, mostly sunny. All right, flight crew, you guys have been briefed, and you just jumped on board. You guys have been briefed as well. You're caught up to speed. I'm going to hit mute and enjoy the chat. enjoy the sounds of the ATC, enjoy the sounds of the game, and enjoy the views. I will see you guys on descent. See you there. Get the autopilot off. There we go. All right, guys. See you on descent. See you there. Flight crew, we'll be right back in about 60 seconds. It's 6 o'clock Arizona time, which means I'm allowed to turn on my air conditioner. So give me 5 seconds. I'm going to go turn on my air conditioner and we'll be right back. Alright, there we go. Woo. Probably flight crew forgot. I was going to tell you the wind after our flight briefing. Here it is. Wind is at 67 knots, and Simbri said it's supposed to be at 57, 53 or 57. So once again, they kind of line up. So 67 knots up here on the cruiser. Our speed right now is 496 ground speed. Wind is blowing from the tail of the plane to the nose of the plane, from the left to the right. Roger, Cleveland Center. Delta 6242, we're at 34,000 feet. Roger, Cleveland Center, Delta 6242, we will continue as planned. Flight crew, here comes that left turn we were talking about, that we would either do the seatbelt sign, we'd either do it now and then put it on and then leave it on, or leave it on and then take it off when we got here. So we are going to ring it now, leave it on, we're going to turn it on. There we go. Gives people time to get back to the seats before we hit that vector, and then we're going to leave it on the rest of the flight because we should start our descent on that, starting it. So anyway, so give passengers plenty of time to get back to the seats now before we make that left turn, and we can get down into Detroit. that's Lake Michigan, right? Like I'm just talking to myself back quick thinking, is that Lake Michigan, right? We go over it a little bit. Dude, we go over it a little bit, not much. We're gonna make it a left bank here. Speaking of making a left bank, like who that Delta right there, Delta 366, is left out of Boston. We were just in Boston a couple days ago. Excuse me, I think wrong. Excuse me. flight crew, I was just thinking, when's the last time we've had, oh, we can't even remember the last time we've had a thunderstorm landing, a thunderstorm rain. No, I don't think we've ever had one. We've had a little bit of rain in Calgary, like I mentioned a couple flights ago. I think we had a little bit of, did we get up into Seattle? Have we gone? Oh man, we've gone so many places. But no, we've never had a true actual thunderstorm flight coming in with lots of rain, and we haven't. So if we beat the rain down, I guess that's a good thing. But at the same time, we don't. This will be our actual first time landing with thunderstorm or yeah, lots of rain. So we'll see how it plays out. Flight crew. There's our chopper right ascend. That little marker right there. I think that's one our. I can't really tell from this angle, but I think that's it. As soon as we hit that, our plane should drop down to 240 knots, with it being on the managed position. But yeah, top of descent right there. As soon as we get closer to that, it should drop us down to 240. Get us ready to descend. Our cloud coverage, flight crew. We're gonna watch that turbulence coming down. Yeah, we got cloud coverage. We got cloud coverage. Let's pay attention to that going down, Kev. Got a little patch of no clouds right here. Look at that. Flight crew right now, speed, we dropped down. We're at 270 right now. We went from 320 at the start of cruise. Now we're holding 270 knots. Let's go to our wind real quick. Last time we checked, what was it at? It was at, let's see. Yeah, 68. Still holding 68 knots right now on the wind, but we are still at 34,000 feet. And our ground speed, flight crew, our ground speed is 429 miles per hour. Well, I thought that was the top of our descent. Apparently it wasn't. I saw the mark though. Well, I mean, just because that was the top of the descent doesn't mean our plane will automatically always pull our speed back, right? I mean, that's true. We could be at the top of the descent right now, but still go a little bit before we actually start descending. So let's go with that. Flight crew, we're gonna go with that. Make me look a little bit smart. Just a little bit smart. Roger, Cleveland Center. Delta 6242, descend and maintain flight level 28,000 feet. Alright, flight crew, they want us down to 28,000 feet. Let's go. Already got the seatbelt sign on that left bank we made, so let's just get down. We already got the train on, we never turned it off, so we're good there as well. Let's get down to 28,000 feet. They don't want us above 280 knots. We're already dropped. Managed speeds got us down to 270. We're sitting perfect. The descent speed right now is about 1,700 feet per minute. Right now, I don't see any threat of a thunderstorms or anything right now, flight crew. We still got a little ways out, but as of right now, nothing looks threatening thunderstorm-wise, unless this is what thunderstorm-wise clouds look like on Microsoft Flight X on the Xbox S. Out of that, nothing looks threatening right now. Everything just looks like scattered clouds. Just pay attention. Every other flight I've done flight crew, our managed speed has always dropped to 240. So this one only kept at 270. I don't know. That's what I get for assuming. Just let it do its thing, right? Don't need to open the mouth. Don't need to open the mouth. Just let it do its thing. I feel like we're coming up to 28,000 feet. That's where they wanted us to descend to. We are still holding 270 knots. Roger, Cleveland Center, descend to maintain flight level 18,000 feet, Delta 6242. 18,000 feet, flight crew, let's go. We're holding about 270 knots. We're still on the managed speed position. Passing 22,500 feet, flight crew still going down to 18,000 feet, still holding 270 knots. Descend rate right now is 2,100 feet per minute, 1,900 feet. 1,900 feet per minute. He popped. I'm old. Like, girl, just popping. Pop. Oh. 19,400 feet, still going down to 18,000 feet, still holding 270, flight crew. Fasten the seatbelt sign is still on, and it will be on for the remainder of the flight. Right now, thunderstorms, thunderstorm weather, I don't see anything. I don't see anything threatening on the thunderstorms. So I think we're just going to be cloudy going in. And it looks like, I mean, yeah, it Look at that flight. It looks like we're just gonna go right underneath it, and it should be. I mean, that could be rain right there. Actually, now that we're flying in, yeah, that's dark blue. That might be rain. We'll see. Flight crew, flight crew, ooh, flight crew. 1,100 feet flight crew. Just waiting for our next, what we should descend to next. I don't know, flight crew. We'll go right into these clouds so they don't get to us quick. Our flight crew. Here's our flight path. We go up, we go right, go straight down in. Roger Tower. Altimeter 29.70. Descend and maintain flight level 12,000 feet. Keep speed at not above 280 knots. Delta 64. Alright, flight crew, let's get down to 12,000 feet. Keep our speed not above 280 knots right now. We're keeping it at 270 by the manual speed, so we're okay there. We got our artillery out of the standing position. We got on 29.70. Flight crew, what do you think? Are we coming up on rain right here? Is that rain coming down, or is that just dark blue? Just cause I don't know. We're gonna hit it in a second. Let's find out. We can get below these clouds. Manual speed, still keeping our speed at 270 knots. Once we get to 12,000, I'm going to drop it down to 200 knots. If it doesn't do it all by itself automatically, flight crew, I'm going to do it ourselves, and we're going to take over the speed from there anyway. So when we get to 12,000 feet, we're getting out of the managed position. We're going to go manual. We're going to go manual from there. Yeah, we're going to get out of the managed position. Passing 14,100 feet, still going down to 12,000 feet. Flight crew, 12,700 feet. Let's pull that speed back. 200 knots is what we're going to want, and that's going to put us on flaps 1. Perfect. Speed is dropping, and we are still descending to 12,000 feet. Just past 260 knots, flight crew. Look at that. Look at that. Just passing. We're descending, not descending, sorry. Are losing our speed. We just passed 240 knots, flight crew. Still going down to 200 knots is where I put us at. Once we get past 215 knots, we'll do flaps 1. There it is, 215. Let's go flaps 1. What do we got going on here, flight crew? Thought maybe there was two ways to go. Roger Tower, descend and maintain flight level of 9,000 feet, Delta 6242. 9,000 feet, flight crew. Look at that. Look at that. Like, look down there. Look at that approach. Nice. Right there. Look at that approach. Look through the clouds, see a little bit of water. Ground speed 223 knots. Wind, actually 223 miles per hour. Wind is at 24 knots still as we descend. – 10,000 feet, flight crew. Let's light it up. Landing lights go to the on position. Nose light goes to the takeoff position. Wing lights come on. Nav light stays on, and logo light stays on as well. Beacon light stays on as well. 9,400 feet, flight crew. They wanted us down at 9,000. We are still flaps 1. We are holding 200 knots. Yeah, this is a dark gray cloud. There's some rain right there. You see that little gray mist coming out? That's rain. That's rain. Okay. There's some rain. No turbulence though. Not yet. Yeah. 9,000 feet, flight crew. Let's wait for our next descent. Actually, flight crew, where are we going? ILS 22 Roger Tower, cleared to Bruzel. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS runway 22 left approach by a Bruzel transition. We are cleared to approach Delta 64. Alright, pull our thumb. Look at that lever. Let's pull it back to the ER so it's ready for the reversers. Flight crew. Oh, flight crew. Look at that cloud in front of us. Flight crew, we're going 190 on the speed. That's going to drop us down to flaps 2. Let's go to flaps 2. Gotta get in the position. So it looks like we're cutting all that out. They send us straight to there, where it's sending us. Should be heading straight to here, actually. That's what's highlighted white. And our plane is going to the right, so we are okay. Looks like they're going to start our approach from here and work our way in. Let's do it. Roger Tower, descend to maintain flight level 8,000 feet, Delta 6242. Alright, they want us down to 8,000. Once we get to 8,000 feet, we're going to be making a turn to the left. We'll pull our speed back to 180 and we'll hold that all the way till we're clearly approached with our guide. So we've already got our throttle back to VR position. That's perfect. 8,300 feet, flight crew. Still holding 190 knots. That is still flaps. Here comes our turn. Perfect. Let's pull it. 180 knots. 180 knots is entered. Let's go flaps 3. Flaps 3 is engaged, flight crew. We are holding 180 knots. Looks like we are 20 miles outside the runway. 90 a little bit longer. Also could have held 200 a little bit longer, but it might as well be safe and sorry. We'll hold 180 and flaps 3. Going through clouds right now. Not a lot of turbulence. I don't hear any rain either, so I thought I saw some, but maybe it was just in that particular area. Roger Tower, descend to maintain flight level 7,000 feet, Delta 6242. Flight crew, they want us down from 6,000 to 7,000 feet. We were just at 8,000 feet. (7,300 feet, flight crew, still going down to 7,000, still holding 180 knots. Our lock. As soon as we get straight to, I'm going to hit our lock and get us locked on. That works. Let's go ahead and hit the lock, make sure it does. Should take us to the left a little bit. Perfect, flight crew. Roger Tower, descend to maintain flight level 6,000 feet, Delta 6242. I want us down to 6,000, flight crew, let's go. Wait. Activate approach. Roger Tower, altimeter 29.75, Delta 6242. Alright, I got approach activated. Just waiting for it to be engaged. They want us down to 5,000 feet. Roger Tower, descend to maintain flight level 5,000 feet, Delta 6242. Alright, let's get down to 5,000 feet, flight crew, still holding 180 knots, which is still flat speed like I've mentioned. Waiting for our glide slope. There it is right there. We already got our approach activated. Just wait for it to get engaged. I don't know if we're going to pick it up at 5,000 feet. We're pretty close. Like, do we pick it up at 5,000 feet or they get us down a little lower? We are about... It's like about, what, 12, 15 miles outside the runway? We do have a plane in front of us. We do got a white dot, so we do have a plane in front of us. So we will probably be in position 2 for landing. Roger Tower, descend to maintain flight level 4,000 feet, Delta 6242. Want us down to 4,000. Passing 4,500 feet, flight crew still going down to 4,000 feet. Flight crew, 4,000 feet. Roger tower, descend to maintain flight level 3,000 feet, Delta 6242. They just took us in steps, didn't they? They just... Right? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. $3,500 feet. That is a very nice little step down, isn't it? ATC. All right, Detroit. I like that approach, man. Wind right now, we have a major crosswind right now, flight crew. It's going from the right to the left. At wind speed is at 24 knots. Oh, let's go 135 knots. 135 knots is centered. Let's go flaps full. Roger, Detroit. Clear to approach Delta 6242. Alright, we're clear to approach, dropping our speed down to 135 knots. This is going to be our approach speed. Wind's blowing from the right to the left of the plane, flight crew. Just showed you it's at about 25 knots. Oh. There's our glide slope. The glide slope has just been engaged. 25 knot. There's no way you would land this in real life. That is instantly, you gotta wait for the winds to die. 25 knot crosswind. Ooh. Ooh. Let's sit up in the chair a little bit. Let's sit up in that chair a little bit. 25 knot. Reverser set. Set towards the gears. Look at that. Delta 2705. Right behind us. Where they come from? PW. Roger tower, Delta 6342, clear the ramp. Alright, clear the ramp. That goes out for our reversers. Come down here to our spoilers. Spoilers come up and armed. Medium on the auto brakes. We're going to turn our runway lights on. We're going to turn our our wing lights off. Alright, flight crew. You're seeing it right now, 21 crosswind, 21 knot crosswind. Here we go, 1,000 feet, flight crew. My plane, see you on the ground. Way to the right, because the wind's blowing from the right to the left. Continue. Just like that.
400. 300.
Wind.
200.
Ooh, flight crew. Oh, flight crew.
100.
Ooh, flight crew.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Ooh, on the ground, flight crew. Nose down. Reverse is going. Well side you can see. Oh my goodness, did you see that wind? Did you see the approach? Ooh! Fly crew. 60 knots, reverser stowed. Reverser stowed. Auto brake off. Turn next taxiway we will. Flight crew, welcome down. Detroit. You guys saw that. You see how far right we were? Oh. We're gonna just follow this taxiway. Just gonna roll it out. Man. We were on the right side of the road. I was trying to keep it on the right so we don't blow to the left. Alright, I'm going to start ahead and start slowing the plane down a little bit. We're going to stop short here, flight crew. Let's see where we got to go for our gate. Well, every gate is packed. Man. Flight crew, that's the way to end the week. Go ahead and just stop short right here. Alright, parking brake set. Engines are in the neutral position. Let's go ahead and turn these landing lights to the restricted position. Nose light goes to the taxi position, and strobe light comes off. Beacon light, logo light, and nav light stays on. Wings go to 10% for taxi. Spoiler grounds, let's get those disarmed. And then let's go ahead and get auto brakes. We're going to put that on max. Also, as well as we're going to come up and turn on the APU bleed. APU master comes on. Let's turn on the APU start. Perfect. Flight director comes off. Localizer can come off. ATC's on the line. Let's find our gate. Detroit Metro Ground taxi to gate. All right, flight crew. Let's go. Give the engine some power. Release some parking brake. A short little taxi. Let's see if we can do a panoramic as soon as we hit the straight. It was a short straightaway, but Detroit, welcome down, flight crew. We are in Detroit, Michigan for the weekend. We're here for the weekend. We're done until Sunday. Well, good. Best time to come to Michigan is right now, right? Get in here and get out before the snow. Alright, let's take this left here. That's what I say. Let's get in, let's get out of here before the snow. Especially with Chicago. We got to get into Chicago or Harrisburg, get in and get out of there before it starts getting cold. We're already in a late August, right? We got to get into Chicago. Alright, flight crew, this is us. Wind speed on the ground, flight crew, 16 to 15 knots is the ground speed on the ground, the wind speed right now. All right, let's bring it in. Do we have a marshal? No marshal, flight crew. We'll park it ourselves. Well, shouldn't be that hard. It actually looks like we're going to run into the gate. left line. Oh, well, we gotta go keep going past us so we can get that. Let's stop right there, flight crew. Parking brake set and into the neutral position. Seatbelt sign off. Dome light comes on. Runway lights come off. Nose light comes off as well. Beacon light comes off. Landing lights are off. Once again, flight crew, we are down in Detroit. Flaps come up and get cleaned up. Engine 1 is killed. Stopwatch is stopped. Runway to taxi gate. Hour and 22 minutes, flight crew, on the stopwatch which we have here. Let's see what Microsoft Flight Simulator, fingers crossed that it gets it to us. Let's go ahead and kill engine 2. It should read it and bring it up to us. Oh wait, nope, we're in the tablet. We're in the tablet. We're okay. Let's hit this. Let's go to here, APU. We're gonna go to the cold and dark settings. It worked, flight crew. It worked. It worked. All right. Total flight time, hour and 17 minutes. Did we beat SimBrief? The dramatic drum roll. SimBrief said we should have did this flight in an hour and 12 minutes. We did not, but we should. We had a block time of an hour and 40 minutes. So we did do the hour. We finished the block time within the block time of hour and 40 minutes, flight crew. But we lost the actual SimBrief air time of an hour and 12 minutes. We lost by 4 minutes, huh? No, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We were 5 minutes late. I thought that flight was very smooth all the way up. The climb was up. The climb was smooth. The cruise was smooth, and the descent is smooth. And just the part we had was on the approach. It was blowing us right to left. We had to go clear to the right to bring that in, flight crew. Other than that, that was a great way to end the week. I hope you guys like the content. I hope you guys like the flight. If you do, hit that subscribe if you're on YouTube, and hit that follow if you're on Twitch. Come join the family. Come join the community. We're fun to fly with. But other than that, flight crew, that is us for the week. We are done. We won't fly again until Sunday. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, Friday and Saturday. Enjoy it. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday as well, and we'll see you guys Sunday morning at 10 o'clock, where we're leaving out of Detroit into somewhere else. But other than that, enjoy the game, enjoy the baggage crew, enjoy shutting it down, enjoy me, enjoy everything else. Other than that, flight crew, that is it. I will see you guys later.